The First Bank Center has been a bad investment for taxpayers. The city of Broomfield is now giving up on that event center along US 36. It's probably going to be demolished. That prompted our Steve Stager to ask, is it really a good idea for the government to be in the stadium business?
The time has come to rip the Band-Aid off.
When Broomfield does that, they will expose a gaping wound that is the First Bank Center, an arena meant to be an economic generator that never really generated. Well, it is an economic generator for whoever holds the bonds the city took out to build the building. $60 million in bonds back in 2006, and by the time the Broomfield Urban Renewal Authority pays it off, they'll have paid $135 million.
First Bank Center can't compete with cool, fresh venues.
The Urban Renewal Authority voted this week to cut ties with Peak Entertainment, the private operator of the venue, a blend of AEG and Kroenke Sports and Entertainment. They've been booking concerts and paying the city a percentage of the revenue, no more than $325,000 a year.
The community will remember some, pretty happening shows there.
When they built this thing, they expected 180 to 190 events a year. Since 2009, the most concerts they've had in a single year is 33.
In general, governments are good at doing things that private businesses can't do themselves.
J.C. Bradbury is an economist who studies public stadium subsidies.
That's where they're normally not as efficient as private entities at managing these types of facilities.
First Bank was meant to drive economic impact in this area of US 36 in Wadsworth.
Economists have studied the economic impact of sports facilities really for well over 50 years. And the results are the same every time. The impacts are very, very small. Sometimes they're negative.
The city says the area is booming now. In 2020, the local urban renewal area was able to make the full bond payment for the arena for the first time.
Arista is now popping. The popping was expected to occur 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
It just came too late.
Clearly, someone was just itching to build a facility and they got it built. And then imploding a facility like that is not abnormal. It happens.
My wife always makes fun of me when I say something cool is poppin'. There are only 2 shows on the calendar before the contract is set to end this year. They're hoping to get the operator moved out of that building by late November. Then they'll get the building demolished, hopefully by early next year. The city owns that land. They'll likely sell it. One of the added costs I found interesting in this is that Broomfield actually provided policing for that area, so they were paying a lot of overtime.
Yeah.
This will also reduce the cost there for the city when it comes to that.
So the 2 shows left, are these acts we would know? They bringing in any of that oons stuff?
Well, they've brought in the oons. I don't know the 2 shows that are left on the calendar.
Yeah.
They've brought in the oons stuff, and the oons stuff was a problem because specifically in the document presented to City Council, they talked about EDM shows.
Yeah.
How they become so popular there. 73% of their medical calls have gone to those EDM shows. They've had a bunch of public indecency citations, a lot of drug arrests.
Yeah, you don't say.
Surrounding that.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, those shows are going to go someplace else.
Yeah. They got to drop the base somewhere else.
They're going to drop the base somewhere else. Steve Stager, thank you.